Hey, fellow treasure hunters, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 12, What's Inside This Luxury Yacht? Now, as far as I could tell, I haven't really looked, but I didn't see any patched sections. So we don't have any, janky patches to this ship, which is nice. Is it efficient to salvage lightweight flooring? If I see bulk lightweight flooring, I wouldn't mind it. It also depends on whether or not I'm planning on doing, ship expansions. I would say lightweight flooring's probably only really worth it if you're intending to install a whole lot of it. So if I was to, add a reactor room to my ship, I'd say yes. But otherwise, replacing the current floor with lightweight floor might save me 100 kilograms. Maybe, or 200 at most, which is the equivalent of looting a few things. So it makes a huge difference when you have a massive vessel, but if you don't have a massive vessel, it's not significant enough. Super Rascal, thanks for the resub too. Kicking up the hype train. So this is a ultra large, it's not quite as large as the last one, I don't think. Oh no, ultra large is really big. This thing's gonna be massive. Yeah. I don't see any life signs, although there is a old battery that's still humming away in there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What floor? This is like a yacht. Yeah, this is, like a luxury yacht. Interesting. As soon as you see color, you know, oh man, someone spent money for the dyes. So we have a cherry wood bar top. I am taking that. I can admire it. I witnessed beauty recently. You know what? Let's do that. Admiring the cherry wood bar top. And then, sure as hell thinking it. Yeah, I'll remember lights, too. Good call. Let's grab some lights now. Oh no, those aren't lights. How heavy is this floor? These floors are a little heavier than standard floors. Got it. This table is... I wonder if I restore it, if it'd be any good. Oh, that's a lot of work. Never mind. I do want a cooler. So trying to find an intact cooler. Oh, and a thermostat. Let's uninstall the thermostat. I don't actually know what our heater's hooked up to. So I should go check. Yeah, it has no inputs. Okay. So, installing the thermostat. Maybe right there. And then heater. Signal input for thermostat. Done. So now our heater knows what temperature it is in the cabin, because before it didn't. And heaters don't really work when you have no thermostat. Okay, so we have a thermostat at least. Let's keep going. I haven't actually seen any lights. I've seen some thrusters, but I'm not going to worry about thrusters at the moment. I'm looking for treasure. There doesn't seem to be much. There's bunks. Now, bunks is where you sleep. They're not worth a ton, but they take up a lot of space. I wouldn't mind having a bunk. One of the goals of this series, for those that weren't here or didn't remember, is that we want to care about crew as much as about the ship. So quality of life upgrades like a bunk do matter. I'm just not sure I can comfortably fit a bunk in here yet, but I'll uninstall it and I'll try. That, and I wouldn't mind a toilet. So we can poo. God, that bunk's trashed, but I'll fix it if we use it. It'll be hard to explore this thing. This thing is big. I wonder how old this salvage permit is. From 3 months ago. So this thing's been up here for at least 3 months, probably. Well, this is a bathroom, but there's no toilet. More drugs. Oh, we have pain pills. Huh. I've been looking for pain pills in case I get injured. Finally found some. So I'm going to stick those in my pouch. Looks like there's a reactor room maybe in here. Usually when there's batteries, there tends to be reactors. Yep, this was a reactor room. There's a fuel regulator and a laser capacitor. As well as a bunch of broken batteries. Old parts. I guess I'll get the screen. I'll take a heatsink. Another broken cooler. I would like a working cooler so that I can not only heat my cabin but cool the cabin. But I'm going to keep looking around for now. So I know I can come back here for the for those parts to uninstall. Plus, if I want another battery, it doesn't hurt to have more power. Ooh, a door. I'm going to uninstall it. Doors actually are kind of expensive. They're not bad to sell. Empty pill bottle. And this pill bottle has electrical parts in it. Let's drag this door back. Because if I wanted to really pressurize my cabin with like multiple airlocks, I could do multiple doors. As I mentioned. It would take up a lot of room though, so maybe it wouldn't be worth it. I can leave that up to you in pulling. Alright, what else do we got? Old food. Broken fridge. With empty pill bottle. Empty pill bottle. Well, I'll take that food though. It looks okay. Some spare flooring. More spare flooring. A dirty knife and a rag. That tells a story. I didn't mean to uninstall the conduit. Alright, so we checked out the reactor room. What's down this way? Bunch of crates. Oh, even better, nicer crowbar than I currently have. It's mine. By the laws of salvage. That motor doesn't look so bad. Although the individual quality of the components honestly doesn't really matter. Unless you intend to sell them, and a fusion manual usually sells for a bit. So here is how complex fusion power is. It's a 24-page manual, 12 font, with images. But yeah, I mean, I know how to do it. I'm just saying it's a thing. I wouldn't, if time allows for it, I wouldn't mind doing it. Oh, so here's some light framework walls. These are the light walls at 20 kilograms a pop. Actually, this whole ship is light framework. Now I look at it, all the walls here are light frame. So this would be a good ship to return to if I wanted to expand my own ship with like light frame walls. Ooh, this is a good aux can. Yoink. The floors aren't not light framework, but the walls are. And I think the floors are more bang for your buck. I mean, the walls are more bang for your buck than the floors. Let me double check. Well, actually, it's hard to compare because I would need to strip my own walls from my own ship for comparison. I'm not doing that right now. All right, so let's grab that ox can and bring that back. Then I should grab the dolly and take the stuff from the reactor room. What's the name of the ship? I forget. If we did add another ship, could we just make the ship nose longer? We could, yeah. It would require some ship construction. I just don't think that the amount of oxygen and nitrogen we vent out is economically matters. I don't care, in other words. I'm no longer admiring the beauty of the decor. It seems like that was like a false positive. I got like a lot of false hope with, oh my god, it's got like beautiful stuff, and then it was like, oh no, that's it. That was the only beautiful part of this whole ship. I'm gonna obviously explore the hell out of this thing to make sure I'm not passing over any other like cherry top bar work or anything. But I have a feeling like there wasn't. This place got picked pretty clean. Right, what's my battery in O2 is fine. Cool. Right, let's go ahead and drop this and repair the capacitor. So I like, as you've probably noticed, I like repairing things in place once you have an EVA suit, because you can just use the scrap and salvage that are on the ship rather than drawing from your own supply. Hey, Ben, I saw you playing this yesterday. How'd you like it? What were you were playing some Stalker today? And thank you for the raid, man. Welcome, welcome. Pleasure to have you here. I'm doing a bit of a marathon. Oh, I installed the floor. Oops. Weren't there thrusters? Yeah, I don't need... I mean, the thing is, I only really need thrusters once my own ship gets really heavy, and I need the extra thrust to get around. So, it would be nice to have extra thrusters, but if I'm not using the extra thrusters just add weight to my ship. So it's one of those, like, it's nice to have. I'm not going to deny that, but unless I need it, I can overlook it. You love this game? It's so complex? Yeah, I mean, that's why it's up my alley. So yeah, thank you for the raid. Thanks, and I know you gotta sort things out. How do you like Stalker? I haven't actually cut my teeth on Stalker yet. I don't typically play like first-person type games. It's funny, actually, I play a lot of them IRL, like off-stream, but not on-stream. What am I carrying? A dolly. So that I can carry more than one thing at a time. It's a blue tarp because it's a dolly with stuff on it. So, like, my dolly now has a fusion grade laser capacitor and a cooler on it. And I can drag the dolly around with both things. And then drop it off into my lovely little gas hauler that I've converted into a salvage ship. Alright, I don't know if there's anything left on this, like, luxury liner. And if you did ask what the name of this luxury liner was, it is the voice in the back of your head, which is a pleasure yacht. Apparently the voice in the back of the head of the owner of this Lux liner was like, greed, avarice, big ship. Because that's what this thing screams to me. So let's see if there was anything of value that I overlooked. But I think I stripped it mostly of the valuable parts, unless I want another battery. Oh, what's this? It's a corner rack. I might, at some point, want to install storage on my new ship, but I think I would want subfloor bins for space. So I don't think I'm going to grab corner racks. How do I get in here? Oh, it's this way. Oh, treadmills. And strength trainers. You know, why is there a CO2? Okay. Yeah, let's repair these and bring these back, because these are worth repairing. They're rather expensive. I mean, they're not ridiculously expensive, but I actually might want to keep one of each. So the reason is, treadmills lets you exercise on them, and you can, with a lot of effort, get rid of your unfit condition. And weight trainers lets you exercise on them and get rid of your feeble condition. So you can fix feeble and unfit using treadmills and strength trainers. It is much like Project Zomboid, let's say. It's a lot of invested time in order to do that, but you'll feel better about yourself in the process, because it's like a self-respect thing, which is kind of cool. So there was 2 strength trainers and... No, that's just 1 strength trainer. I'm looking at the pump. So we'll repair that. And I might keep it, although there's really not a lot of space on my current ship for it. So I think, at least for now, it's unreasonable. Maybe I'll just, instead, for now, flip these, and in the future, if I ever have more space, I'll keep it. I actually haven't seen any lights anywhere on this thing. I don't know why. Just haven't. Lights look like little vertical lines in the walls. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe without actually having one to show you. I think the treadmills are large enough that I won't be able to dolly both. Let's try. Could I leave it at the station? I mean, I could. But for now, I've got bills to pay. And doesn't make sense to leave. Yeah, okay, I can't even dolly these. These are too big. Is it worth it to install one of my batteries for a short time to find lights? Generally not, because almost all the time the conduits on the ship are not intact. Because if it's not a continuous conduit, it's just, you know, not gonna work. Plus, this ship does have a working battery on it. There's a powered battery right here. It's just not plugged into anything. It has full charge, which indicates that there is not contiguous conduit on the ship. So what I'll do is I'll uninstall this battery and try to plug it in elsewhere. And maybe things will power on. Oh, first install on a derelict. During long shifts spent eviscerating half-dead ships in the boneyard, you often wonder what it would feel like to do the opposite. I'm going to read this whole thing, but this is just saying I installed something on a derelict. All right, it powered some stuff on. There is a light here next to the bunks that I overlooked. And a light here. Wow, there's really not a lot of lights on this ship. But it was really useful to get the lay of the land. Oh! EVA suit. Shoot, yeah, I want that. I don't like the blue lights. They're like hostile on the eyes. I like orange lights. So let's start installing these orange lights around my ship. And there's a few others down here. There's one. You see, yeah, there's some down here. Now there is like RGB lights. They're not actually RGB. It's like blue, orange, red, and violet that you can buy from the furnishing store. So if we want a wider variety of lights, we could consider that. But I think this is definitely like enough light, and I'll put one in the airlock. Now, one thing I like to have in the airlocks is once I have crew, I like a rack in there. I don't know if there's any racks here, but the reason is you can put your crew member's suit in the rack and then lock the door so they don't leave. So they don't like wear their suit and die, and they also don't use up their batteries and all that stuff. Yeah, so there's... These are racks. Yep, here's a rack that I could grab. So let's dump the contents and steal this rack. Let's not really steal. Salvage. Salvage this rack. All the lights that are like blinking weird is just that they're in terrible condition. All right, one last sweep to see if I like left anything of value before I bail on this. Oh, yeah, like this ox can. I don't know if it's going to be reasonable to try to get a this bed installed. I just don't have that kind of space. It'd be really cramped. If you want me to try, I'm like down to try. I don't think it's going to work. I think I picked this pretty clean of the things of most value at this point. There might be a few items here or there that like I overlooked, but I was fairly thorough. Yeah, and I see stars there, so that's a void space. That's actually one thing I didn't do, which I could have benefited from, is to zoom all the way out once I got here to look at the floor print of the thing. I'm going to leave the thrusters behind. I don't need more thrusters, I don't think. Worth expanding for a new bedroom? It's one of those, like, I want to leave it up to you guys. I think what I'm going to do is hit up one more salvage rig, because I think I have time before my current pass expires to hit up another salvage rig, or another salvage job. Salvage all that I can, and then make my way back to port to sell. Oh, I should have repaired you. I think I have all the... Yeah, I had all the parts on my ship for the EVA suit. It would have been less expensive to have done that with the parts on the pleasure yacht, but whatever. So let's push off from this thing. So that I don't get a seizure, the first thing I will repair once I'm heading towards another salvage job is going to be the lights, so they stop blinking. That's a blocky yacht. Look at that thing. Not sleek, and I mean, it doesn't need to be sleek in space, like, because, you know, there's no drag in space, but this thing clearly never made landfall anywhere. Although, in-game, well, no, Venus still has atmosphere, and people, I think, live in the clouds of Venus in-game lore. So there is, like, landfall there. And this giant pleasure yacht never did that. It's a Titanic in space? Yes. Well, it did crash, didn't it? I don't know what happened to it. Wasn't very obvious. Kind of looked just abandoned. You hire a shuttle to take your planet side? Yes. Yes, you do. Once you're at said planet. That was a Lunar Max? Good memory. Yeah, with that level of money, you would shuttle. You would take a ferry or whatever. Well, with that level of money, you might have like a private docked, you know, land ship or something. I don't know. We're getting into beyond what is included in the game. Wish me luck. Let's hope this is profitable, because last one was like cool to find, but it wasn't like a lot of money. It's a big ship, because I docked it 100 meters out, so it ain't small. It is a Titan Max. Titan Max. Titan is the moon of Saturn. Life signs? No, but PDA. This definitely has a fusion, because I can already see a helium tank. Me like that. Ablative liner right in the doorway. What does this permit say? New Year. About 8 months ago. Alright, I'm gonna have to bust in. Oh, I should save. Yeah, probably. With how things go. Doesn't sound like a bad call. Zarinus, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. What's this one say? Yeah, a few months later. I kind of like the story behind what happened to these ships. Where they went. Why it's abandoned. Sometimes when there's like murders on the ship, you can actually figure out what happened. Because, you know, you can solve the murder. Ooh, a nav station that I don't have to repair. I like that. And I think this is a... Oh, it's an environmental manual. That's not very expensive. Cheers. I should also go back to my own nav and figure out like the layout of this ship before I keep going. Okay, it's got it. I'm familiar with that ship. Ah! Not only a baseball bat, and another Ossifex. And a pretty intact gun. And a brown duster. Malcolm would be proud if I wore that, which it doesn't actually fit underneath your suit, so I won't. So this has a reactor room somewhere, maybe in here? No. Because I see... There actually might be a dead body on this, given that there's a PDA lying there. Oh, yep, near dead body. It's a bartender, 45 years old, whose homeworld is on Titan. I am going to investigate. I am here legally, and I wouldn't mind reporting the murder to the authorities now that I'm here legally. It also shows you a new game mechanic. Closely examines the body to get a better idea what happened. Washing up after such grisly work is recommended. This elderly female corpse was known as Julia Bradley. It is now definitely dead. Julia has no apparent cause of death, but the skin is necrotized and blackened in the shape of a hand with overly long fingers. The death appears clearly unnatural. I feel significantly less safe on this ship than I did a minute ago. Okay, helium tank, 2 helium tanks. Look at me rolling in the dough with a lot of fusion core items. All right, I am going to commit to report the death. So let's seek victims' affiliations. Is a bartender, which means they were likely known and well-connected. Informing another bartender or an IOSEC officer may earn favor or rewards. Let's research contacts. Finds no signs of relatives or friends. Perhaps local authorities would want the report. All right, I'm sorry to do this to you, Julia, but I'm going to drag you out of the wall and strip you. Just shoes and coveralls. And there's nothing that helps me solve a murder in the coverall pockets. Okay. I tried. Well, I'm going to report it to the authorities once I get back to civilization. Oh, another PD. I don't really need the heat sinks. I know I could drop stuff back in my base, but we're talking about a few hundred here or there. Like it's not a significant value of money. So this is the case file for the death report. I'm going to keep it open until I leave this ship, but I don't think I'm going to find any more clues here. Now, if I was trying to solve a murder, that might be different. So if you take a gig to solve murders, it's very similar to this, but there's usually a lot more evidence about who done it. In this case, it's kind of, no pun intended, a cold case where there is not a lot of evidence and it's not very obvious who did it or why. And in this case, it was even weirder because it was like long, creepy fingers. So whatever the hell that means. That was a beat-up fusion manual. It's not in very good condition. It's not going to be worth very much. Not compared to all this fusion stuff and the helium tanks. Again, if I look over something quickly and don't pick it up, probably ain't worth much, unless I truly missed it. All right, let's empty out our pockets and grab the dolly. Actually, maybe I'll get the tanks first. I went up this way, right? Yeah, that's just broken. So I think all that's to grab is the tanks and the fusion stuff, which is honestly a lot. So I'll keep the crime report on me. Unlock another PDA. I like having a baseball bat, you know, in case I need to get rough and tumble. Even have a gun. I'm going to keep the Ossifex on me because I want to use it regularly so that I can build some muscle mass so I'm not such a twerp. But without exercising, that alone is kind of like taking HGH without, you know, the follow-up of exercise. Let's eat this one because I'm sated, but I'm a little hungry. There, now I'm stuffed. Let's go for the non-tanks first with the dolly. Pellet feeder and the laser array are intact. The capacitor's damaged. There's also a battery here that has charge, so let's uninstall it and reinstall it so that I can, like, illuminate things. Like I did last time. That's not a bad call once I get to a new ship, to try to turn the lights on, if possible. The cabling might be so beat up, it's not possible, though. The field coils aren't worth very much. Yeah, okay, the cabling, as you can see, is a little damaged enough that doesn't help. I can take them, the field coil assembly. They're not worth nothing, they're just not worth a ton. So now I'm queuing up repairs for the capacitor and the core pump, where I'm sourcing things from this ship for cost and convenience. I'm getting tired, getting drowsy, which is why this repair was so slow. Oops. Meaning it is definitely time to make a sail back at the base, and then have myself a nice sleepy sleep. Maybe like 16 hours of sleepy sleep, because I'm an insomniac. But good money here. Not quite that, like, cargo ship find, but still nice. And I think there was 2 helium tanks at least. Tank 1. Tank 2. Yeah. 2.2. Where's the other tank? Curious how full it is. Doesn't really matter. The tank alone is worth a lot, even if it's, like, basically empty. Thank you for watching Ostranauts, which originally streamed live as a marathon December 21st and December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind this streamed once as a marathon and this episode was cut from it, so feedback cannot be incorporated. And also, no spoilers please, so please keep them out of the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, people that participated within the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Ostranauts.